see then was you just dancing away in the background.
I'm just dancing to that shit, man. I was like, whoa.
Oh, right then, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another AKM Live. Wherever you are in the world, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Today we've got Shauna and Brian with us again. We're going to be covering the warm-up, which is going to be like the Sepp Vandenberg and the Mbappe finale, the thing that's finally concluded now that everyone's been talking about. You know, the possibility of him coming to Liverpool. We can put that to bed now. We're going to do the Liverpool birthday and the milestones that Liverpool's hit over the past week or so. And then we are also going to do some transfer links. And then we're going to finish it off with a Monday mentions, I think it is. Monday mention. We got no moaning today. It's all Monday mentions.
There's plenty of moaning, but...
Sean, before we get started, do you want to do the whole Red Bubble thing?
Yeah, look, I mean, you know, if you want some good quality stuff, Liverpool stuff, redbubble.com, go to SD Designs 2020 and get yourself kitted out, lads. You know, I even have an Arnie Slot design up there. You can get yourself Arnie Slot stickers, hats, magnets, jigsaws,
everything. We've got everything.
Everything, man, everything.
We've got Gareth in the chat here. Gareth, he's the head of like Kloppites of Anfield. Sorry, the bio of that is in all of my videos, guys. So go give that a follow. They've got a TikTok, they've got a Facebook, they've got Instagram, everything over there. I also help out as an admin over there as well. So go give them a follow, guys, while you're there. So, firstly, guys, I think we'll start off with again this Mbappe thing. I guess let's get it over and done with. Oh, look who's here!
Oh, no, come on.
Seriously?
How we doing, boys?
Ah, for God's sake. Get that LeBron James stuff off you.
Look at this one.
Get that LeBron James stuff off
I know it's the wrong kid. How we doing?
Not too bad, you, mate?
I thought, I can't let me boys out. I'll pop in for a minute. So what's on the agenda?
So we're going to talk. Well, I was just about to start talking about the whole Mbappe thing because it's been announced.
Mbappe, I wouldn't want him at Liverpool. He's a trouble causer.
No, I said the same as well. Like I think his attitude stinks. To be fair,
his attitude stinks when he says no.
It comes across that way anyway. What's your quick thoughts on it all on the Mbappe thing? Go on before you go.
Go on, say again.
What's your quick thoughts on Mbappe before you have to get off?
To be honest with you, mate, if he was willing to come to Liverpool, if he wanted to come to Liverpool, he'd have made every effort to come to Liverpool.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have like sat around waiting to see what come. He'd have gone, no, I want to go, and he'd have just came.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. It seems to be all about
other than that, I think he's one of them players like Ronaldo. Spit has done me out. If he can't get his own way, he'd come in that dressing room, demand the top money, and decide he didn't get it. I'm going to start causing trouble. He'd split the dressing room in half, and it all tipped up.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. What time is it over there then, where you are?
Well, for me, yeah. All right, Brian, I just see you there, man.
What a day.
It is 9:20 and it is still 33 degrees.
Jeez.
But right, I'm going to have to go, mate. But Harley safe start to everyone.
See you later, mate.
With LeBron James rubbers on.
Get rid of LeBron James t-shirt.
See you later, mate.
See you later.
Bye.
Right, so what was
Brian poor Brian was panicking that he wasn't going to be able to talk as much because Mark.
So yeah, like Mbappe, it's all been unveiled. He's been signed as a Real Madrid player. From what I can gather, it's a 5-year deal. He's got 100 million signing on fee that he gets over the next 5 years. So 25 million a year, something like that. Is that right? Something like that. I had a few people talking to me in my comments and stuff saying, oh, we've lost Matip now and Thiago, so that's money we've saved. We could give that to Mbappe. And I was like, there is no chance that we are signing Mbappe. This deal to Madrid's been done for probably 8 months, if not more. It's been done for ages. They just couldn't actually do it, that's all, you know, with all the other stuff that's going on. But yeah, I'll pass it over to you, Brian. What do you think about Is Liverpool missed a bullet there, as Colin's saying in the chat?
I'm just glad that the whole scenario's over. Fed up of reading about, exclusives. Mbappe's giving Liverpool hope. His mother's a Liverpool fan. I don't know. To me, he looked like a Real Madrid player or possibly a Man United or Man City player. Those are the only people that really could afford his wages, other than PSG.
Yeah.
He's too good of a player for Saudi League. I've just got question marks over how Real Madrid can afford all these players and afford to pay their wages.
Yeah.
It should be interesting in a few years' time when the bubble bursts.
Yeah. It's like I think Jude Bellingham went over there and he's on like 300k a week, if not more. Something daft like that, isn't he? He's on a fair whack. And you got to think Mbappe is now their top earner, isn't he? So yeah. What about you, Shauna?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I've got a pain in me. Well, I've got a pain in me hoop anyway, but I have a pain in me hoop really listening and reading all of the clickbait, all of the Instagram posts, all of the clickbait journalists who haven't a clue anyway, and are all kind of spectators at the end of the day, are all speculative kind of they just put something out there for clickbait. He may have stepped foot on John W. Henry's yacht. He may have stepped foot on Linda's yacht. I couldn't care less. There was no way that he was going to go to Liverpool. And what really annoyed me and just made it really embarrassing was these GoFundMe pages to save money to get Kylian Mbappe. What in the Lord Jesus is going on? Why? I mean, it's a 5 billion club. You think that a GoFundMe is going to help, or do you think a GoFundMe is going to push the deal over? I mean, we're not the bloody FAI in Ireland. It's they have the money, but they're not going to spend the money on the likes of Kylian Mbappe. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't want Kylian Mbappe. There's this kind of stigma with anyone that opposes these owners or questions these owners that we want to literally spunk money up against the wall and spend ludicrous amount of money on players like this. And that's not the case, or it certainly wasn't the case for me back in the day when I was against these owners, and I'm still not exactly 100% with them. But we're on about necessary spending, and I can't see how Kylian Mbappe signing him at Liverpool Football Club would have done us any favors in terms of his attitude, in terms of his salary, because that would have just tipped everything over. You'd see Van Dijk saying, well, hold on a second, how's he earning more and I'm the captain? You'd see Salah saying, well, come on, I've been the leading goal scorer every season, and how is he earning more money? So it just would have thrown everything off sync, and I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's done with. To the people, the journalists, the shit stirrers, and the people that have just peddled this crap and have everyone's hopes up, or people that are gullible enough to listen to that crap, shame on you, because you knew damn well that this was never going to happen in the first place. Whatever link he has with Nike, whatever link he has with LeBron James, whether he plays hoops with him every now and again, or whether he has an intimate relationship with John W. Henry, Linda, and Tom, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Thank God it's over.
I'm glad it's over as well. We don't have to
now I'm
have
gone.
another summer of it again. What is it someone put here about Mbappe 2029? It's already starting. I agree with Redbird here as well. Like, we don't do egos at Liverpool. And
No.
It stays that way on the slot. Like, I agree as well. Like, we don't do that type of thing. I mean, there has been the odd occasion. I know this is going on a fair bit, is this Mbappe thing, but there has been that occasion sometimes where I think Salah's had a bit of an ego thing around him, because there was some. This is tying into that video in regards to Klopp, and it was something to do with where all the players were talking about what Klopp had done for them and blah blah blah, and then Salah was like, "Well, I've done it as well. Like, I've done stuff for him." And this is supposed to be like a thank you Klopp video, like his farewell video. I just find it funny, me, stuff like that. But
The
yeah,
thing is, if we weren't going to go for Aubameyang on the basis of his attitude, we're sure as hell not going to go for Kylian Mbappe, who's been complaining and talking about leaving PSG for the last 2 or 3 seasons. So, do we really want that at our club? The answer is no. Were we going to spend that money that it would have taken for us to bring him in? The answer is no. Would we have spent the money on his wages? Well, we didn't do it for Jude Bellingham, so what's the chances of us doing it for Kylian Mbappe? People need to use their head.
Yeah, agreed. Any final word from you, Bri, in regard to Mbappe?
No, like I said, I'm glad it's over. I could never see it happening in a million years. It'd be, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to have a marquee signing, now Klopp's gone and all that, just to like give the fans a boost. We're all looking forward to Arnie Slot, but I would like to see somebody of a caliber come in and just give us a boost.
Yeah,
a statement signing, like I think that's what we need.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm happy. Everybody knew he was going. I can't believe people believed that he was going to come to Liverpool. To be honest,
Same. Same. So the next one of the warm up is the Sepp van der Berg comments. So I did do a video on these early on in the week when they first came out, but I kind of could see where he was coming from with this, and I understand him a little bit, man. I did get a little bit of comeback in the comments. So if you guys obviously disagree with me as well, just go ahead, but I'll read out his comments to you, so you've got like it fresh, and then just let me know what you think about it. So just to set the background as well, Liverpool signed this player for 1.4 million. With add-ons, it would have gone up to 4.4. Obviously, he would have had to have hit certain milestones, which I don't think he will have done because he's only made 4 appearances for the club in total. So his comments here are to the De Telegraaf, which is, I think, a Dutch paper. So he's speaking back in his homeland. He said that he knew he couldn't get into the team when he first arrived at Liverpool. I could have been at Liverpool for 1 or 2 more years, but I wanted to play with all my might. I demanded to be loaned out every time because I felt I was getting better and better. I also made great strides physically. In the first season, on the other hand, that was great. You're 17, 18-year-old, central defender in defence, in training, starting against the starting 11, and you have to build up, and then you've got Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane, and Mo Salah come running towards you. It was tough, but I enjoyed it. But in all honesty, I wasn't looked after by anyone. I also felt ready back in 2021. I had a great conversation with the management, and he said he had received good reports. I understood that I wasn't going to play Van Dijk, Matip, or Kanate out of the team, but I thought I would be right behind them. And when I didn't get given a chance, I said, figure it out. I want to leave. And then he says here, you didn't exude any confidence in me at the time, but you do want to hinder my future. I want to keep playing every week and develop myself further. In Germany, I enjoy Dortmund away with 70,000 people, Bayern Munich away against Harry Kane, Stuttgart, Leipzig, and Leverkusen against clubs like that. I am challenged every week. And now, basically, this is all off the back of the rumours around that James Pearce put out that Liverpool have now slapped a 20 million transfer fee on this kid. Bearing in mind, we bought him for like 1 million or whatever it was. And I can kind of see where he's coming from, where he wasn't really given a chance. He wasn't told that he was going to basically be able to play at Liverpool. But now all of a sudden you want 20 million for him, and it's out of the budget of the team that he's just been at on loan and had a good season. I think he's been a bit shafted there, to be fair. But anyway, I'll hand it over to you guys. What do you think, Bri?
Yeah, I can definitely see where he's coming from. I thought he would have fancied his chances this year with a Dutch coach show coming in. I haven't seen much of him, to be honest, on loan. It's obviously done okay, but you've always got to back the manager. Kwanzaa's come in. He's took full advantage of that situation, and at the end of the day, if Klopp doesn't think he was good enough, I'd back Klopp.
Yeah. What about you, Shana?
It's a double-edged sword. Like, I mean, you're listen. I mean, there's no player bigger than Liverpool Football Club. If he's not good enough to play, then you know, he has to just do what he has to do in order to prove himself. And if he hasn't done enough, then, you know, then he's in control of his career, and he can go and he can look for a transfer elsewhere. I like his, you know, determination to break into the club. But I mean, he said from the start that he knew he wasn't going to start. So, you know, I can kind of see his point to some degree, but I think, look, he's a professional footballer. He needs to suck it up. And in terms of the 20 million price tag that they put on him, I'm not surprised at these price tags, because, you know, that's the whole idea of Moneyball, is bringing in players with the intention of getting a better resale value, and that's what they want to do. And you can't blame the club for doing that. It's good business. But you would have to kind of question, well, why bring in the player in the first place if they weren't going to use them at all? And it just kind of smells a bit like Aquilani. We brought him in, and again, a fairly promising player, and he was loaned out and then got rid of. So, you know, but I haven't seen much of him. So the same way with Brian, I heard he was promising, but I was kind of underwhelmed when we got him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think as well, a part of it to me as well is that I wonder if Michael, well, it's not Michael Edds, it's more Richard Hughes, who's the sporting director. I wonder if they're trying to like do something like they did back in the day, you know, with like Jordan Ibe and Dominic Solanke and Brad Smith, where we had these players and then we ended up selling them for like money that we didn't even think that they were worth. Do you know what I mean? So I wonder if there's a bit of there with that as well. So, but yeah,
that's
I
always
understand.
been the case, Adam. I think that's always been the case with Liverpool, because if you remember Klopp, you know, we have this policy where we have to sell players in order to buy players. That's always been the case at Liverpool under FSG. And that's probably the most frustrating part of it, because we want to build on the squad depth rather than offload some players that we could maybe hold on to some. But yeah.
To me too. Sounds like the kid's got a bit of an attitude. We was talking about it just now, when we attitudes.
Yeah,
Klopp
true.
didn't like his attitude. You know, at the end of the day, Klopp used to ring up the players, speak to them. You know, that determined whether he signed them. You know, if you liked them, if you liked what he was hearing. Obviously, the kid's, you know, he's confident, but he could also have a bit of an attitude that's let him down.
Yeah, true as well. There's that as well in regards to that as well. So yeah, I get that as well. Good point. Yeah. So I guess lastly for the warm up, guys, I want to talk about this Arne Slot no-show. I guess. So I find it I don't know if it's just me. I find it strange that Arne Slot started on Saturday. Now I was in two minds. I thought, are they going to do it on the day on Saturday, or are they going to do it on Monday, you know, like the start of the working week, some sort of first interview, which I would guess they've already filmed his first interview. Do you know what I mean? Like they do when they sign a player. I would guess that's done and dusted already, because we know that he's been in the area for about 2 weeks now. He's been seen in restaurants, this, that, and the other. We know that he's had a stadium tour at Anfield already. And we know that I think he's already been at the AXA training ground as well. And like, you know, he's been there already. So you would have thought that by now he would have filmed some sort of interview or something daft like that. I mean, just today we've had Chelsea have announced their new manager, and they've already got like quotes from him straight away. Do you know what I mean? And before we'd even got Arne Slot signed up as the manager, he was non-stop talking about us. We couldn't shut him up. But now that he's here, he doesn't say a word. I don't know. I do think maybe is it because of the whole. I don't know. I'm trying to just think of some reason why it is. I just think they're handling it so badly. Like, is it because it's the club's birthday today and that's why they didn't want to do it today? Is it because I don't know? Like, that's the only thing I could possibly think of why it's not being brought out today. But I don't know. Like, what's your thoughts on it? We'll come to you, Shauno, first on this one. Like, what's your thoughts on the Slot no show, shall we say?
The Slot no show. To be honest with you, I actually admire it to a certain degree, because if that was Tin Hag, he would have had about 15 interviews before he even managed United, and it just gets really annoying, all that kind of hype and all that bullshit. And I think he's trying to play it down a bit and trying to avoid it just a tad. All the hype, and just look, I'm just here to do a job, and we'll see how we get on or something. I don't know. But I'm not really kind of reading all that much into it. I think as long as he's getting to know the club, getting to know the city, getting to know the fans, getting to know what the expectations are, and crossing his I's and dotting his T's, I couldn't really care less about what his commitment is to the press or whatever. It would be nice to hear what he has to say, really would. But I'm sure maybe with the Champions League final just gone, and other things, maybe he's just waiting until things die down, and then he'll have his say. I don't know. It might be the end of this week. Who knows?
What about you, Bri?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. It's not the traditional Liverpool way. We always have a press conference, and the manager and the fans can see what the manager's about. Usually, I remember it with Rafa, remember it with Brendan, I remember it with Klopp. I was kind of hoping for like some kind of video that the club would do where Klopp is handing Arnie Slot a torch, or handing him the torch, on the reins to the club, like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like the handover, But I don't know. It's weird. Is all his backroom staff signed up? So I don't know. To me, it seems like it's been held up, and I don't know why. It's strange.
I did see something the other day about one of them. Is it the Ruben Peters guy? He was officially announced as like he'd signed 100%, and I think he's like something to do with the fitness side of everything. But he's 100% signed up, as far as I'm aware. I'm not too sure about everybody else, but surely like he's got the job. So, and it's not like you're interviewing them guys as well, is it? So you're interviewing him. Like I don't know. So it is weird. It is strange, and I think the longer it goes on, I think it's just going to get weirder. Like if we don't air, can you imagine if we don't hear anything from him till July, like until after Euros is done and dusted or something? I don't know. It's a little bit weird. I do think what TW74 said here. I think that this has already been done. I think they're just waiting to hit the play button on it, basically. But yeah. One more thing, guys, before we get out of the warm up. Gary Richards asked the question here: does Darwin get sold? So as of right now, do you reckon Darwin Núñez is sold this summer, based on what we all kind of gather right now?
Hard to know. We don't know what Slash decides, and what sort of offers. I don't know, to be honest with you. Very, very difficult. I mean, if we get, like, it's all well and good talking about getting rid of him. So who do we replace him with?
Well, there was links to a certain striker today, but we'll cover that a bit later on.
Would that be Kylian Mbappe? How's that
going? Yeah, it was Mbappe. Yeah, it fell through at last minute. Madrid snapped him today. What about you, Brad? Do you get rid of Darwin?
It depends what's happening with Salah. I think if Salah's going to go, Darwin stays. If Salah's going to stay, Darwin goes. We need to generate money somewhere for the new manager, whether we like it or not. That's just the Liverpool way now. Personally, if a decent enough offer come in, I get rid of him. I know we have been linked with that Feyenoord striker. But and he seems to be not too bad, But if a decent enough offer comes in, personally, I get rid of him.
Yeah, I tell you what, we'll touch on that Feyenoord striker now because it kind of ties in. But yeah, so there was a rumor that's come out basically that Liverpool are looking at this Santiago Jimenez who plays for Feyenoord. Apparently, his asking price is about £38 million or something like that. He's been linked with us and Spurs. Apparently, he's more leaning towards going to Spurs than us. But I've always looked at him because when you've read the articles surrounding Slot, they've always used this Jimenez guy as like the focal point of what Slot could do with Núñez. Because before Slot got there, this Jimenez guy was garbage, apparently. Like, he wasn't doing anything. And then apparently Slot's got hold of him, shown him this, apparently he does this thing where he shows the strikers when they're about to shoot and then pauses it and then asks them what's wrong with it or something like that. What's wrong with your body position? What's wrong with this? And he also looked at the way this guy was running as well and basically helped him with his running ability and like his gait and everything. And then that season, he did all this. He went on and scored something like 30 odd goals or something. Maybe it might have been even more than that. He scored a shitload of goals. I know that. So I've always looked at him as like a case study of what Slot could do with Núñez rather than him buying him. I don't know, but yeah, what's your thoughts on this Jimenez guy, Bri?
I haven't seen a lot of him. Don't get me wrong. If Slot can get a song out of Núñez, then fantastic. That's how he's going to be successful at Liverpool Football Club, is the hard work on the football pitch. I don't know. I lost faith in Darwin this year. Second half of this year, I've lost faith in Darwin, and I'm open for change. But if Slot can get a tune out of Darwin, then I'm happy for that too. He's meant to be an amazing coach. I think that's what he's brought in for, because he's good with the youngsters. He can make okay players better. I'm happy. I'm happy for Darwin to stay, but somebody's got to go, unfortunately, because we need a transfer kit deal.
Yeah,
the manager needs. It's unfair for us to judge the manager without him bringing in a few players in. But what I will say is, I think if Slot is in the market, I think he will definitely be looking at his old club and seeing what players can improve the Liverpool Football Club. I find it hard to think that he's not going to go back and have a look and recommend some of the players that he's brought through, because he knows them better than anyone.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Shana?
This is Santiago Jimenez, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the stats there because I don't really know all that much about him. I think, obviously with us getting Arne Slot, he's always going to be linked with players from his former club. I think we have to be careful with what rumours are out there from the former club, because it's a little bit lazy kind of journalism from anyone that's kind of pushing that clickbait. From what I can see, he's had 30 games, 30 matches, 23 goals, 6 assists. That's a decent player by the sounds of it. He sounds all right. 23 years of age. So again, but it's a different league. If you go to the Premier League, is he going to be able for it? It's night and day. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really know whether to buy someone like him. We definitely need, I think, a striker because Jota is injury prone, and it certainly put pressure on places as well. So yeah, I don't know how much you'd spend on him. You'd probably be looking over 50 million anyway.
I was just going to say, do you remember the last striker we signed from the Dutch league, apart from Gakpo? Luis Suarez.
Oh yeah.
Suarez.
I forgot about that.
Everyone came in. Everyone was saying he couldn't do it in the Dutch league, and then he came over here and lit it up. And he's a South American as well, same as this lad. So I don't know. I'm just pulling stuff out there. But anyway,
well, that's true. No, it's a good point.